Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out. Y'all coming right with me, you dummies.
Like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers enter the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a million times and you didn't even know. That's up, but I still love you anyway.
I see a lot of talk amongst people today about artists, mainly musical artists, about how they compromise their morals, integrity, and sense of self for an instant gratification of money, fame, or anything else that that artist is in pursuit of, otherwise known as the art of selling your soul. Modern day examples that come to my mind is Lil Nas X, him being an obvious one, publicly supporting the devil and switching to whatever persona would make him the most appealing to a widespread audience. Suki Hana, a rapper who went viral after saying she sold her soul and instantly regretting it, then later on with a case of money next to her going on to say it was just hormones.
I'm gonna tell y'all I apologize and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but as far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this was my dream, and you know, I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood. It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract and I didn't know nothing about the business or this game out here. And just right now, I'm realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed myself to the devil. I don't even own myself no more.
Everybody was picking this video up about, you know, this bad deal that you signed.
Yeah,
you know,
a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people talk about the video, and during that time, like, you know, be real sensitive when they on their period. Like, I always be crying on my period. And I did not know how this game was. I didn't know the business, and I just know if somebody flaunt a couple dollars at me and they like, well, listen, we could do this for you, we could do this. People say, well, I thought you sold your soul to the devil. Like, sold my soul to the devil. I'm like, I love making money. I get money always.
Or late popular rapper King Von, who rapped about being a demon and how he loved to kill black people.
Try to count my bodies. What? You gon' need 3-4 hands trying to count my body. I'm a savage, I am what I am. Kill some I do it again. I will. Just be happy that you was not them.
But if I'm being honest though, most people's idea on how you sell your soul is wrong per se. People are so ignorant to the fact of things that they make up their own scenarios in their heads of what goes on behind the scenes. Anytime somebody tries to tell you about an industry or how things work behind the scenes, your first question should be, how does this person know this? Have they seen this with their own eyes? Are they themselves in this industry? Most times, no. So when people are talking about these subjects, they really can only go off a he said, she said type standpoint. Also, y'all need to be broke, and everybody knows that the people on the bottom or the poor will always hate on the people at the top or the rich. So people are always trying to find ways to justify why they are broke and why other people are rich or famous. So this is why most people's perspectives on selling your soul is tainted and very one-sided. Selling your soul is not an obvious process that any person could easily avoid, but rather a subtle psychological lullaby that finds your wants and needs and preys on that and makes you do things you otherwise wouldn't. And there's one person that beautifully explained this concept, who was none other than Kendrick Lamar on his third studio album titled To Pimp a Butterfly, on the 8th track on the album titled For Sale. In this song, where 28-year-old Kendrick Lamar, who's been in the industry for almost a decade now, broke down how the devil convinced him to sell his own soul and how subtle it is, but even the average person sells their soul without even realizing it. Before I move on, I'd just like to thank the sponsor of today's video, My Nutsack. All jokes aside, the real sponsors of today's video is you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. With that, let me explain the art of selling your soul using Kendrick Lamar's For Sale. The chorus of the song opens up on the ending of the song before it, titled Alright, where Kendrick Lamar is struggling with identity, dealing with everyday struggles, and he decides to go running for answers. In the background, we can hear a comforting, euphoric wave-washing track over Kendrick Lamar after he is exhausted from running. Afterwards, Kendrick Lamar comes in immediately, rapping in a very seductive voice that is later explained to be Lucy or Lucifer. And he tells Kendrick Lamar that he wants his talents. He wants him to start smoking, drinking, and giving into the worldly instant pleasures.
Get you smoking, looking, poking that danger till I'm out of it, 'cause I want you.
And also, I want you to notice how this beautiful voice that is telling Kendrick Lamar it wants him is the devil. But it's so convincing, it's so seductive, it's so comforting, it's magnetic, you could even say. The next verse, Kendrick Lamar explains to us how Lucy, or Lucifer, was able to take Kendrick Lamar to the mall, was able to give him a good life by giving him stories to tell, by giving him an image to sell to the public, pushing on the cycle of violence for monetary gain, for the illusion of the American dream.
He took me to a mall last week. He looked me in my eyes about 4 or 5 times till I was hypnotized, and he clarified that I want you.
And he is so lost in the sauce. He is so glamorized and polarized by this presence and by this idea of this new life, this rapper lifestyle, that he doesn't even realize it's literally the devil talking to him. Kendrick Lamar then goes on to tell us how Lucy is very interested in Kendrick.
I remember what you said too. You said, my name is Lucy Kendrick. You introduced me, Kendrick. Usually I don't do this, but I see you on me, Kendrick.
And although Kendrick Lamar, since the first time that Lucy came to him, has always been opposed to selling his soul, over time, by the time Kendrick was 26, when he's releasing his second studio album, Good Kid, Mad City, Lucy tells him at this time that he heard his prayers to God and he was also listening.
I'm Lucy. I loosely heard prayers on your first album, truly. Lucy don't mind, cause at the end of the day, you'll pursue me.
He tells him that he can make him a megastar, a superstar. He can turn a boring average person into something that they never thought they would be before to the public. He's done this multiple times with multiple rappers, and the only thing it costs is your soul. But it's like the thing that cushions this blow is, I don't know if you keep hearing, but how at the end, he keeps saying, I want you. In a very beautiful, woman-esque, goddess voice, you could say. It's very enchanting. And over time, Lucy started realizing that Kendrick was willing to sell his soul without even realizing it. And he's starting to get him to put all his chips in. He tells Kendrick Lamar that he can have the perfect American dream, a car, a nice house, the feeling of financial security, but now in a more blunt, devilish tone.
Lucy give you no worries. Lucy go fill your pockets. Lucy go move your mama out of Compton. I look gigantic mansion like I promised.
Lucy obviously has a great liking for Kendrick. He even tells Kendrick Lamar he watched him grow up.
You don't know that Lucy got you all your life. I watched you, and now you all grown up to sign this contract if that's possible.
Kendrick Lamar is starting to realize that by signing the contract he signed on his first record deal, he partially sold his soul. His misuse of his influence, pimping his butterfly for money and validation, was all part of Lucy's plan for him to get him in a cycle where he will always come back to Lucy. And that's really how For Sale ends, with Kendrick Lamar realizing that he's selling his soul, that there's all these negative entities around him that are feeding off of him, his talent, his bright light, and he goes home running for answers. I want you all to notice though how in this song, every insecurity that Kendrick Lamar had, whether that be fear of not succeeding, lack of money, discomfort, Lucy or the devil came to aid and comfort him in all of those times. And not to say that the God creator force won't either, but oftentimes when people speak of the devil or selling your soul, they sensationalize it. And they mistake the devil to be this red, big thing with horns that comes in a screeching, nasty tone. But that's not the case most of the times. Oftentimes, the devil does not come as that, but rather a cool dude with a leather jacket on a motorcycle who gets a bunch of girls that you want to be like. It can come in the form of a job that you know isn't for you. It is terrible for your soul. It's taking your life force away, but it gives you money, so you go to that job anyways. Lucy, the devil, whatever people want to call it, religious or not, is just a human personification and rationalization of a negative frequency of temptation, frustration, desperation. And it thrives off you staying in those negative frequencies. Its best trick is to put shiny objects in your face, illusions. To a degree, everyone in the world has sold their soul before, because we all go against our soul and innate feelings. But to negate that, you have to know oneself. You have to be aware of the things that are pulling you in certain directions. Because if you don't, you'll go through life, wake up one day and realize you actually hate the person you married. You actually hate this job you gave 20 years to. You hate all these obligations and things holding your spirit down. And you did it all for some monetary earthly gain. Because when you reach that low, when this thing doesn't give you that feeling anymore, because your soul is not intact with it, guess who's offering you an escape from that same prison that they guided you into?
Lucy give you no worries. Lucy got million stories.
So listen to your soul. Nothing is worth it. Not money, not people, and especially a situation or a thing that will not last forever and will pass. And that's the true art of selling your soul. Appreciate y'all niggas, man. I appreciate y'all boys, you know what I'm saying? I just got back from DreamCon. It's really good. I met some of my favorite creators. I don't know why I'm telling y'all that, but I'm just telling y'all that. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out my Discord. No, my Discord, I don't care. Check out my Instagram and go follow my Twitch, because I'm gonna start streaming soon. My internet's butt right now, so I gotta get that fixed. But it's coming, y'all boys. Trust, I love you all so much. And go like my latest Instagram post. I don't know if I already said this. I'll see you guys later. I love y'all. And as always, Virgo out, bro.
God's love. Right, drop the beat.